Welcome back, guys. This is Primus. Today I'm going to be showing you version 2.0 of my minecart freight depot. This is based off a first version I did about a month back. If you haven't seen that video, I suggest checking it out because I'll be making some comparisons in a minute here. Now, if you don't know what a minecart freight depot is, it's basically a place for all the luggage or storage and all that stuff to be stored in a system here. The old one is way over yonder. So yeah, basically we're going to start off with a quick demonstration. I'll go into a comparison and then we'll do a little more in-depth on how actually the station works. You can see annotations on the screen here leading to each one of those sections. If you want to specifically go to one of them, click on the annotation. If not, sit back and enjoy. How this works is essentially you take a storage minecart, fill it with all your cargo. If you're coming back from a mining mission, say, or you're down in your mines, you can fill this with all your gathered resources and send it up, and it'll automatically be deposited, and the station will actually give you a fresh minecart using the system. Now you simply power the powered minecart, it'll push it in. As you can see, they're getting separated. The storage minecart is being unloaded as the powered minecart picks up a fresh storage minecart. As you can see, it's totally empty, and then you can continue on your mining and even continue like cycling this. So this is fully auto, and what it does is, as you can see, if we come down in here, we got, this is from a lot of previous tests, but we actually have infinite storage here. We have a little flick lever which gives us access to this panel. Basically, this works by having, you can have as many storage minecarts here, and this gives you the infinite storage. Whenever you want to get something, however, you can just reach down into this chest, grab your goods or whatever. It'll automatically fill it up with stuff from the infinite storage. If you want to add more to the infinite storage or take back from the infinite storage, you can do that, as well as adjust the speed of how quickly the minecart gets unloaded. You would do that by putting more minecart hoppers in, and that would increase the speed of how fast it was unloaded, and then you could take them away to save on resources but have a slower unloading time. Here we are at the old station. I suggest you watch the video on it. Basically, the way this one worked was it would be sent in and then they would be arranged in bays. Instead, on our new one, if we can come way over here, you can see where we have built our new depot. You can see it is much smaller. I believe it is about a fourth or a fifth of the size of the old one, so that is a huge difference in terms of size. Instead of having bays, we instead have a queue. As you can see here, it drops the minecart into essentially a hopper built here, and whenever minecart is needed, as you can see, we can put multiple minecarts in, and as you can see, we can, and then so what this essentially does is it makes the station multiplayer capable, which means you can have lots and lots of different things coming in at the same time, and it'll work perfectly. I really enjoy this kind of feature to the station because it allows for connectivity, and you can use this in terms of gathering resources from a large pool of people or area, and I think that adds a lot of value to the kind of design of the station. Now, in terms of how it works, essentially it's the same as the old station, powered minecart in and powered minecart out. However, this one is a lot faster due to the system we have working underneath here with the minecart hoppers. What it basically allows me to do is suck out a lot of items really fast, and then instead of having a limited finite amount of storage, we can have an infinite and adjustable amount of storage in these minecarts, all down to a nice simple format. In terms of response time on how quickly you get your minecart back, they are about the same I couldn't find a way to update that. But yeah, so a much superior station, more compact, faster, and generally a little bit smoother overall in terms of design. It's more complicated, but it is in a smaller container. As you can see in front of me, we now have a skeletal version of the depot. Now, essentially, it is the same as the one over there, just without the outer skin and all the fancy stuff. As you can see, we still have all this here. Now, in terms of how this works, it's actually rather simple. This segment up here is the first segment that the carts come into. This separates the powered minecart and the storage minecart, which is crucial in terms of unloading in an efficient and stable manner. Now what this does is simply this cart will come and just nudge right over there and switch the rail. Powered minecart will come through here. Now what we have here is simply a redstone line that comes down to this pest dispenser here, which releases a fresh cart, so you can get a cart even before yours is done unloading. This also helps with multiplayer capability because we can have a large buffer in between how many carts are being requested and given, and that hopper generally helps smooth things out quite a bit. So as I said just now, my powered minecart would come along this track. It'd fall down here. This is where it would pick up another one. We actually have a couple of manual overrides on this station. One here and one here. This triggers the release system. So as you can see, we got a minecart. This is actually supposed to be a block. I think that got messed up with the world editing. But as you can see, we got ourselves a minecart. The powered minecart would come along here and essentially take it up and push it right back out onto the tracks. Now if we come along here, we come to the unloading bay. Now we only have one of these. In the other station we had 4. The difference here is that this is basically this single bay can handle as many carts as you want, because essentially they'll land on top of each other, but the comparators will still read them. So basically you can have a bunch of minecarts right on there, and they'll be dispensed obviously when they're done unloading. Now we have 2 comparators here sensing 2 different things. One is actually, it's kind of funky how this thing works. Basically we have a monostable circuit right here, and it will send out a pulse when this thing turns on, which happens when cargo is emptied. So what happens is the pistons will flick in a certain order because of the delay I have here. Essentially what happens is that a powered rail will be pushed onto the detector rail. We need the detector rail there so that these comparators can sense the amount of cargo still left in there, and if there's any cargo left in the minecart, obviously we can't dispatch it from the unloading bay if it's not done unloading. Now once it's done unloading, it'll push a powered rail right really quickly there. It'll shoot it out, and it'll put all of our minecarts in the hopper. Now another really cool feature of the station is this down here, which is the large collection of Minecraft hoppers. What it does is allows us to have really fast unloading times, and essentially we can unload virtually almost instantly. It's not quite instantly, but it's pretty close. It helps move things very quickly throughout the station, very efficiently. Down here we have the infinite storage. Now what these are is simply a lot of minecart hoppers, or hopper minecarts, stacked on top of this one rail. This is a storage minecart, a bunch of them stacked on top of a rail, and obviously we have hoppers connecting them to our primary access hatch there. You can close that up, keep it all nice and neat. That's about it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please leave any feedback you have in the comment section below. I'm going to give you guys a demonstration here of the skeletal version. With that, we'll see you guys next time.